So what is conscious health and conscious health practice and the 7 steps to conscious health? Well, originally a few years ago, when I first started to talk about conscious health, it was really referring to our conscious awareness of what's really going on. When we get symptoms, we're so focused on the symptoms that we don't really, we're not able to understand what's originally triggered those symptoms. And allopathic medicine and our current sort of state of health is that we manage symptoms, but actually something else is going on. So if we can look at why is the body stuck responding to something, we have a much better chance of knowing what it is that we either need to do more of or less of in order to stop triggering the body into creating these processes. But it's grown from that because in the work that I've done in the last few years, I've come to realize that actually consciousness and our understanding of our spiritual, kind of the reason we're here really, is really the key to healing. Because our physical response is about survival. I have a physical response if I experience a threat to survival. And in fact, our body's meant to do that, but it's actually meant to respond and then to go into healing. And a chronic disease is either when the threat to survival was very acute and I don't have any way of dealing with that, so my body responds, or an ongoing threat to survival, either a real threat or a perceived threat where I keep triggering the body into responding. So there is a way for me to, there's many ways actually, but it's possible for me to process those incomplete events and those things that happen to me where my body is continuing to respond. But really, if we can become consciously aware of consciousness and bring back in the missing link, which is that although we have a physical body and we're animals, we're mammals on this earth, and we will always respond to survival issues first, that's our priority, and we have a mental kind of container, a mental self and concept of self, which is also we kind of create that in order to be able to be separate from other people and then observe ourselves and other people. So we have a physical body, a physical container, and a mental container. But what we never stop having or stop being is consciousness. So we see lots of things about the body, mind, spirit. Well, actually, they're not a triune or a union. They're just one thing. But we need the body and the mind to experience the illusion of separateness so that we can observe separateness and then observe the connection. You can't observe the connection. I can't observe that I am part of you and you're part of me and we're part of the same thing unless I have a separate sense of self to do that. Otherwise I just am. But when I have that container, or when you've been given that container and your vibration has allowed for you to appear and manifest as something solid, you're not solid but you appear to be, then you forget that you're connected and you're part of everything else. While you're the wave, you've forgotten that you're part of the sea. Actually, we're always part of the sea. I have to go now because my dogs might attack another dog. So back in a bit.